Hello friends, welcome back to this series of tenses. And today we will learn the second part of present perfect tense. And in this part, today we will explore that is which situations we can use the present perfect tense. Which situation is this tense generally used. So today we will just keep an eye on this, and by watching today's video you can just gain knowledge that in which situation and which of the time you have to use it. Okay, so no more talking, let's get started. So here we are watching some major situations, and these major situations are the common one about present perfect tense. So let's start from here. Past. When something happened in the past, on the time we generally use the present perfect tense. For example, that is, if anyone tell you that is, would you like to go to Eiffel Tower? Would you like to go to Eiffel Tower with me? You can say, oh, sorry, I have gone there. I have visited the Eiffel Tower. Okay, so you visited the incident. The incident happened on that time. So during the past, sometimes present perfect is used. Have visited. That means your existence of that Eiffel Tower is done. Okay, so here we have already understand this, which makes the incident true. The next is, when something is true, we can also use the present perfect tense. For example, that is, I have found my old diary. So here, suppose that is, you lost your diary, and today you have just get it. Okay, you don't have to look that diary again. Okay, which makes the incident true. So during the true situation, we can use the present perfect, and our main task up here, that is, have found. I have found my old diary. So during of this we can use it. Then the next is, when something is finished, when something task is finished, you don't have to do it again. You don't have to do it in multiple times, because the task is finished. So you are free right now. So during this situation, we can use the present perfect. For example, that is, I have completed my project. If anyone else you Chelsea, you have to finish the project very soon. But you can say to him, hey, I don't have to, because I have completed my project. Okay, so which indicates the work is done. You don't have to do it. Okay, so during all this, we can use the present perfect. That is, I have completed my project. So this sentence is present perfect tense. The next is, when something is past. Okay, when something is past here. Okay, for example, that is, I have worked here for 3 years. So during of this, I have worked here 3 years. For example, that is, you were working somewhere for 3 years. You have just started your working, and you are keep this working for 3 years. And in this now, in this present time, you are just keep doing this. You are just keep your working. Okay, so that is your existence, your doing of the work, it starts past, in the past, before now, and it is still continues. So during of this, the result is still have. So that's why we can use it with the past. That is, I have worked here for 3 years, and which indicates that is, you have worked on that time, and you are still working. So but we can say this by using the present perfect. I have worked here for 3 years. Okay, the next is, when something is unfinished. It indicates that is, when something isn't finished at all. is still unfinished. Okay, the incident is still unfinished. So during of this, we can use the present perfect. For example, I have lived in this city since 2015. So you have started living in this city from 2015, and the year is, that is 2025, and you were still living in the same city. Okay, so the result is have, but the task is unfinished. Okay, you have just started it, and you are just keep living in this time. When you will leave that city, there isn't any guarantee. So of this time, we can use what? We can use the present perfect. That is, I have lived. I have lived in this city since 2015. Okay, the next is recent past. When something is recent. Okay, when something is recent, when some work or something happened in the recent past. Okay, not long, it happened before now. Okay, it can be happened, it can be happened earlier now. Okay, so for on that time, we can use the present perfect. Sometimes it is used. For example, that is, I have just cleaned my room. So here we have used have, and just is the common expression, that is something happened in the earlier, something happened in the recent of the time. And our cleaned is of the verb here, and just. Here we can get the word just, is the expression of the word. So we sometimes some of the kinds of expression, the reason of the time expression is used during the present perfect. So our sentence becomes like this: I have just cleaned my room, which indicates the recent past. Okay, the next is result. When something happened before now, but the result of that incident is still have in the present. So the past connects with the present. So during of this, if we talk about the result, then we can use it. For example, that is, I have just broken my phone. Okay, for example, that is, today John is asking you, hey Tom, where is your phone? Where is your favorite phone that you like to use it? Oh, I'm sorry, I have just broken my phone. So which indicates the result. So here we can say, I have just is like a common expression of the sentence. And broken is past participle. I have just broken my phone. So it indicates the result. Okay, the next is, I have finished my homework. So here, sometimes some parts are of present perfect tense is used with the finished time. Okay, so some task has been finished. You have already finished it. So if we just indicate the finished situation on the time, it also indicates the past. So there's a little so much combination between this past and with this word of finished. So let's see, I have finished my homework. So here I have finished, which indicates that is your work is already finished. Okay, your work is already finished, and you have already finished your homework, so you don't have to do it. You are not upset at all. You are not worried, that is, you have to do it right now, because your task is done. So during of this, we can use this tense. And then we can also use this tense with the repeated action. When something happened in the past and it repeats, okay? For example, that is, let's see, I have watched this movie many times. So if anybody asks you, John, let's go to see some K-drama movies. Okay, so on that time you can say, hey, I don't want to watch this movie that you were showing to me. I have watched this movie. I have watched this movie many times. So here we can also use these this tense, okay, I have watched this movie many times. So in the past, this action is repeats and repeats multiple times, okay. It doesn't indicate that it had been just keep repeating and repeating. It's not like that. It just repeats in a point of the times. For example, that is, today you have watched some English movies, today you have watched some your best friend movies that he has asked, oh, okay, and today you have watched these movies, okay, so you have just watched these movies in multiple times, or that movie can be divided into many episodes, so you are just keep that watching that movie into many episodes, okay, in different times, okay. So and the action is continuous in the past, okay. So the work has been done in the past and the action is keeps repeats and repeats. So during of this we can use this tense. I have watched the movie many times. So these are the major situations about present perfect tense. So I hope if you get it. So by the way, if you like this video, just like, comment, share and follow my video everyone, and see you in the next video everyone, and bye for now.